Hello, I'm Don Mitchell. Welcome back to Your Breakthroughs. Today we'll be talking about trying to help virtually everyone who's affected by what you do or your organization. And it's sort of an interesting topic and one I'm sure you think may be idealistic. In fact, it's a very personally helpful in a number of dimensions that you may not have considered. Let me begin by quoting from the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 15 in the New King James Version. You have increased the nation, O Lord. You have increased the nation. You are glorified. You have expanded all the borders of the land. In referring to stakeholders, that means include all those who have substantially contributed to, benefit from, or are affected by a company's actions. These include end users, customers, distributors, dealers, agents, suppliers, employees, families, partners, shareholders, lenders, lessors, neighbors, uh, communities in which the firm operates, and anyone else who's significantly impacted by what the company does. Although most of these stakeholders have no ownership in the company, if you're to consider encouraging and facilitating such ownership, could be an effective way to expand stakeholder value for many more people. Let me first explain what I mean by value. When academics refer to value for shareholders, the term has primarily come to mean having a higher current price for all the company's shares. In ordinary language, of course, value also suggests acquiring something for less, a bargain. In contrast to the first two meanings, we often think of a value as describing what we esteem for guiding our lives, regardless of its current or potential financial worth. While this lesson often overtly focuses on value in financial terms, the owning something that increases in economic worth or acquiring offerings at less cost, the lesson also advances biblical values by basing the advice on the perspectives of what God values. While we may not know exactly how to measure value in God's terms, we should certainly not pay any less attention to advancing it. For instance, consider Jesus' words in Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he'll be loyal to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. If you aren't familiar with the word mammon, it refers in this context to worshiping riches, as though they were personified as a god. In relating ways to acquire more financial resources and pay less for what is needed, we should also keep in mind that any such benefits should be directed towards advancing God's kingdom rather than some selfish personal purpose of our own. Otherwise, we'll simply be worshiping money rather than God, a great sin. We should see using any money developed in this context as simply a means for accomplishing the most important purpose, God's will. I mention this point now because I've seen variations of some methods described in this lesson applied solely for selfish purposes. What's the lesson from such applications? I cannot recall seeing any lasting good come from such misdirected uses. So I hope you will apply this information to demonstrate God's greatness to the world, to use his resources that he supplies through these methods to glorify him while serving his purposes. Other 400-year project books contain useful guidance for ways to use increased resources for God's purposes. If you aren't yet familiar with these books, I suggest you read some or all of them before or while you read and apply this book. The starting point is 2,000% Living, which describes how to be 20 times more fruitful for the Lord. If you want to go deeper in the subject of being fruitful, I suggest Help Wanted. For those who want to focus on witnessing, I recommend Witnessing Made Easy in Ways You Can Witness. For anyone who wants to make the whole nation more fruitful for the Lord, be sure to read and apply the 2,000% Nation. Now that you know what I mean by the concept of stakeholder value, let me help you understand some specific examples of what might be provided. Here are a few of the possible stakeholder value improvements. End users can gain knowledge and practical advantages that expand the types, quantities, and usefulness of the benefits they receive from your company's offerings. Readers who successfully apply the lessons in Your Breakthroughs will have received one such kind of substantial value improvement from reading and applying this book. Similar effects can also occur for your customers and their customers, often in terms of their obtaining greater numbers and more profitable customers for their own organizations, as well as knowledge and practical advantages that can be used to increase the value of what your customers provide to their own customers and end users. Distributors, dealers, and agents can gain from having more appealing offerings that provide more increased value for those they distribute to, deal with, sell to, as well as their own organizations. Suppliers and their suppliers can benefit from becoming vastly more effective, often gain market share by selling more to your company as well as to your competitors. Employees can see their lives improve through sharing in some of the company's success while enjoying better, more satisfied working conditions, career opportunities, and personal lives. Employees' families can experience better lives through any increased time they can spend with the employee, a better working environment for employees that facilitates improved family relationships, any company-provided family-enhancing benefits, whatever increased income and wealth the employee obtains that is used for the family's benefit. Partners can gain wealth and knowledge to apply in their own businesses through ownership of and participation in joint ventures, as well as through investments in and with your company. Shareholders can be directly enriched through the expanded value of their equity ownership. The value growth from an initial investment of $10,000 in advanced business company that develops and applies complementary business model innovations can be sufficient to support many future generations of that equity owner's family. Lenders will have less risk of not being repaid, as well as an opportunity to share in the expanded ownership value of your company whenever your company borrows money through debt instruments that are convertible into equity. Lessors can enjoy similar benefits to those gained by lenders while also gaining the opportunity to do more business with your organization. Neighbors in the communities you serve can benefit from your company eliminating any problems it causes, while these stakeholders can also receive new benefits designed to make it more attractive for the company, its employees, and neighbors to spend time in the vicinity of the company's activities. Anyone who is substantially affected by your company can gain from any negative effects being eliminated, receiving more of any existing benefits, gaining access to any new benefits. Please note that effectively adding such stakeholder benefits can be done in ways to greatly expand profits, cash flow, and ownership value for your company. Such consequences follow because these sorts of stakeholder benefits also increase stakeholders' interest in type of activities for and effectiveness in usefully contributing to your company's success. Keep these connections in mind as you look for such ways to add stakeholder value. More potential benefits and how to supply them are described in Advanced Business, Exponentially Increased Stakeholder Value. By applying the 50 lessons in Advanced Business in conjunction with 50 lessons for expanding market growth, slashing costs, and limiting unnecessary investments in business basics, a company can increase total value for stakeholders by 160,000 times or more. Two other volumes in the Advanced Business series, Advanced Business for Innovation and Advanced Business for Social Benefits, demonstrate how to build stakeholder value from this level to many millions of times more by encouraging competitors to innovate more as well as copy innovations, and then by many millions of times more through also profit from serving important social needs. I have more to say about the subject of these books in lessons 16 and 17 of your breakthroughs. So what are your lesson 12 assignments? There are 5. 1. Which stakeholders are benefiting most from the value expansion of your organization? 2. Which stakeholders are benefiting least from the organization's value expansion? 3. Which stakeholders are being harmed by your organization? 4. What are such different benefit effects? Why are such different benefit effects occurring? And finally, 5. What would have to change about your organization's goals, business models, strategies, plans, operating methods, and practices to greatly increase stakeholder value for all? And I hope you'll do that. So again, thank you for listening. I will look forward to recording soon lesson 13 and allowing you the opportunity to accomplish even more as you make your breakthroughs. But in the meantime, may God bless you, your family, and all you do in the name of Jesus. Take care.